it's Tara and it's time for Sunday Reads. It's been 2 weeks. Last weekend my friend was visiting, as I mentioned before, and I just, got caught up doing stuff, so I didn't record, but, now I'm back, so that's all good. Anyways, in the last 2 weeks I finished 3 books. I finished Hothouse by Aldiss, Treason by Sherwood and The Book of Tea by Kazuko Okakura. Where to start? So, Treason is the 4th book in the Inda series. I was reading this sort of going along one per month with Sam from Novels and Nonsense had started a thing, but I'm terrible at interacting with large numbers of people, especially on forums, so I actually didn't communicate with anybody. Oops. But I really did enjoy the read and the pacing and everything like that, and the 4th book was a perfect ending. Altogether, I think I liked the first 2 books the best, and the second 2 books were really good, but I didn't like them as much. But altogether, it was perfect. I really couldn't ask for anything more. I feel 100% satisfied with the ending of the series, so that's pretty fantastic, I think. I also read Hothouse by Aldiss, which was my science fiction classic book for last month. I finished it, beginning of August. But anyways, it's about a world in which global warming has killed off most of humanity, and the plants have taken over the earth, and there are space-traversing spiders, and evolved humans and devolved humans and things like that. And it started out really interesting. I thought it was a cool thought experiment, but then it just kind of wandered along, and the humans in it were just really terrible. And that may say something about what Aldiss is trying to say about, the basics of humanity, and, I guess that we're not that attractive underneath everything. But I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, I think the book is like a 2 star for me. I didn't really enjoy it, and I probably wouldn't recommend it to anybody. I'm not sorry that I read it because it is classic, but yeah, I can't in good conscience recommend it to anybody. And the last book I read was The Book of Tea, which is my Japanese novel for August, and I needed something that was not dangerous because the last 2 Japanese novels I read were really hard for me. So I read this book on Japanese tea ceremony, and it's really short, 100 pages, and it's just about I guess it's not actually about Japanese tea ceremony. It's more about the history and the culture and the religious inspirations of the tea ceremony. And it was a really interesting read and full of beautiful phrasings and imagery. It was written in English for an English audience in the early, 1903, by a Japanese writer. So I thought that was really cool. Speaking of tea, my tea today, I haven't done one of these in forever, is iced tea. So happy. It's just Lipton, pure and simple. It's really hard to find a decent black, just plain black brewed tea here. But yeah, Lipton, pure and simple with some brown sugar and some ice, and feels like home. It has been a busy 2 weeks. I am just starting my vacation. I am so excited to have 9 days off of work. All of the relaxing and all of the books, and I'm so excited. So, as I said, my friend came from the U.S. to visit, and she asked me what I wanted when she came. I'm sure she was thinking snacks, and yes, snacks are really good, but I wanted books. So I ordered some books and had her bring them to me. The first book I ordered was The Imaginary World of Your Name Here by Gary Smith. She does the Wreck This Journal books, which look really cool, but I was really interested in this. I used to write a lot of fiction, but I stopped in the last couple of years, but I have several book ideas. I just haven't been able to organize my thoughts enough, and the things I want to write require a lot of world building. So obviously I'm not going to be able to use all of this, but some of it I think I'll really be able to use to do some world building, and I'll do it on vacation. Once you have it already built, it's so much easier to think about it in your spare time, and it'll come to you in the shower or while you're walking or something like that. And it's so much easier when you've got the basics already done. So I'm looking forward to doing that over this break. The next one was The Sculptor by Scott McCloud, and this is a graphic novel. I don't actually know that much about it. I did that on purpose. I just looked for some good reviews of graphic novels, and this showed up on one list, and I really like the premise. It's basically that this young man has sold his soul to the devil in order to be able to create anything he can imagine. He's an artist, and he can use any material or anything like that. And there's a girl on the front cover, so I'm assuming there's some romance involved. But yeah, it's Neil Gaiman says it's the best graphic novel he's read in years on the front cover. So, and I think Amanda over at the Reading Room, although the video I watched was on her channel, I just watched the first 40 seconds and she seemed so in love with it that I was like, yep, I don't need to see any more, I'm just gonna read it. So I'm super looking forward to this one. The last book that I ordered was The Thrilling Adventures of Loveless and Babbage by Sydney, I don't know how to say her last name, Padua? I'm sorry. And this is about, obviously, Ada Lovelace and, I don't know, actually, Charles Babbage, who are attributed with writing the first computer programming or theories about it and things like that. And it's like a steampunk adventure thing, and there's some real events that are retold in the beginning, and then it sort of branches out from there, and there's some adverts and comics that are actually from the time, and I am super excited to read this. So Amy Kane, that's my friend who brought me the books, and also Sabrina from Stay Cucino came, and I'm so excited, and there will be a video probably tomorrow of us doing something together to sort of celebrate her being here for a little bit. But as an early birthday present, they brought me 2 books that I really, really wanted. They brought me Ernest Cline's Armada. I am so excited to read this. I can't even. Yes, if you haven't heard of this, then I don't know what rock you're living under, but you should get out from under it, because Ready Player One is really, really good. That was his first book, and Armada, I'm a little concerned because I really loved Ready Player One a lot, but it seems interesting, and the summary reminds me of some really old, like 70s, maybe it was 70s or 80s movie that I can't remember the title of. So anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out. But what I really love about this book is that on the inside of the dust jacket, it has this awesome, like, what is this, ADI-88 interceptor plane schematics or something like that. I just thought that was so neat. Dust jackets are usually just, blank. And the other book was William Gibson's The Peripheral. I love William Gibson. I have read a lot of him. I've read almost everything he's written and loved almost all of it, with the exception of the last 2 books he wrote before his nonfiction, which I think was Spook Country and something with a 0 in a title in it. And I really didn't like them. So after that, I sort of took a break because I didn't want to taint my love for him by reading more bad books. I don't know. But anyways, so I wanted to read The Peripheral. It looks amazing, and I'm actually 100 pages in now, and I'm so glad that they got this for me, because I really, really wanted to read it, but I was, hesitating buying it for myself. And so far, the writing is a lot like his old original writing, although it's a little bit more confusing than I remember any of his cyberpunk books being, but maybe that's because I suck at technology, and I'm better at imagined technology than technology that's based off of real stuff. I don't know. But anyways, I'm so excited. I have also started reading Imago, the 3rd book in the Xenogenesis trilogy by Octavia Butler. I sort of put it off for a little while, and now I'm finally getting back to it, so I'm excited about that. I'm reading that on my Kindle, so this will be like my train reading, and I cannot express to you how happy I am to have paper books, and I don't usually like hardback books, but I'm just so happy to have paper books that I'm just like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, ever. Also, hardbacks do have some nice things to recommend them, like the beautiful dust jackets and the covers on the books and things like that. So, and because I always talk about lives, I also got 2 tickets to 2 different events. One is Kitazawa Typhoon, which has 21 punk bands playing, and luckily only 2 of the bands that I really wanted to see overlap, and it's not that tough of a choice, so I'm very excited about that. And the other one is a one-man live of Jellyfish Flowers. I haven't seen a one-man show of theirs, so I get 2 hours of Jellyfish Flowers in November. So I think that's everything for me. I've had a really awesome 2 weeks. I have a nice vacation ahead of me. I plan on doing a lot of filming. I'm going to do the About Me tag that Rachel from Kalinati tagged me in forever ago. I did film it, but then I waited too long to post it, and I think a lot has changed, so I need to refilm it. And I am probably going to do my Alfred Bester video, and I want to do a Japanese literature video as well, so we'll see what I can finish on my time off. Other than that, I'm visiting with friends, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, is there anything exciting going on with you? Tell me what's happening in your lives. I'm sorry that I missed out on last week, but I will try to catch up on as many videos as I can, so I will look forward to that. But anyways, until next time.